Take a look at this. They say for the first time in at least 80 years, voters associate the Democrats more with socio-cultural issues than with class and economic solidarity. They used to represent the working class, and as of 2012, they now stand up for marginalized groups and healthcare.
I mean, this is a bit lagging, but that's been the goal of the left since probably the 50s. There's this guy, Herbert Marcuse, that wrote, I talked about this morning. This guy, Herbert Marcuse, that wrote a lot, and he's a philosopher, a leftist philosopher, and he wrote a lot, and he acknowledged that capitalism delivers the goods. Capitalism provides a good life for the average working man. And it does, unquestionably. It's raised more people out of poverty than any other economic system in history. So he said, you're not going to be able to find the revolutionary energy with the working class anymore, because the working class was actually getting out of poverty. They were actually achieving a good life. And the part of why they're now going to people that tend to be mentally ill, people that are unhappy, people that have grievances, because people that are happy and content with their lives, that have hope for the future, they don't engage in revolutionary activities. So what you have to do is foment a population to hate the country that they live in. He said that the revolutionary energy was going to be in the ghetto populations, is what he said, and he was talking about people of color. Back then, he was talking about mostly black people, but nowadays it's expanded to anyone that's people, any kind of people of color, whether it be blacks, Hispanics, LGBTQ people. Very frequently are among the people that are, and it's more the TQ people than the LG people nowadays. But the point is, the people that are happy with their lives don't want to tear the system down. They don't want to see a revolution. They don't want to see a change in the way that we, organize our lives. People that believe that the world is going to be on fire in 2 decades, they want to see a change. People that believe that we live in a systemically racist society, they want to see a change. The people that believe that we live in a largely bigoted society, they want to see a change. And that was something that he acknowledged. He said the people that are unhappy, the people that are in the ghetto communities, they're where the future for the left exists. The working class, we've lost them because largely the system in the United States works for anyone that's willing to go to work, anyone that wants to try and put the effort in. For the most part, it's a system that provides for the people. Ben Shapiro says this a lot. He says there's 3 things that you need to not have generational poverty in your family. You need to not have a kid out of wedlock. You need to go to work, and you need to finish school. If you do those 3 things, you're probably not going to be destitute your whole life. And it's fairly simple to do those things.
I'll disagree on the school part, but everything else is good.
Well, I mean,
these days,
the thing about school, it's not. He didn't even say go to college. He just said he said high school, and basically what that means is he's just saying, look, be able to finish what you start. Right. So it's not really about having the high school diploma, though. Some basic education helps a lot.
Well, it's good to be, for sure, plugged in. But what you're saying is like the seeds of victimhood currency promote the nihilism that we saw in Summer of Love. And that's like, basically what you're talking about. A lot of people buy into that. And a lot of them come out of the Marxist college world that I was a part of for a little while, as a professor, seeing that whole place just get rotting from the inside out.
And they're lied to endlessly. The people that were rioting during the Summer of Love, they genuinely believed that thousands of innocent, unarmed black men were killed every year. And it's like an average of like 13.
I don't know that I believe that. I think that most of the people who are rioting know it's not true. And it's the peaceful marchers who believe it was thousands of black people were killed.
The rioters were taking advantage of it?
Yeah, and that's how it tends to be. So my experience covering all of these various protest movements over the past 10 years, it was largely like an 8-year period where I was covering most of it. The people who are wearing all black and smashing things will tell you in great detail about what's going on. They use the lies in the media to get bodies that they can use as cover. 15 far-left extremists cannot tear down statues and smash things. They need 500 regular people who are confused and stupid and walking around. What they then do is they hide in the middle of the crowds, start fights with cops, and get people radicalized. So one example is they have a color code system for how they do this. They will create zones where they plan on who will get arrested and who will not. And they intentionally want to put as many normies as possible in the arrest line. So they'll call for a protest, peaceful protest. They'll get a handful of people wearing black bloc. When the normies complain and say, we don't want this, they say you have to respect the diversity of tactics. That's what they call it. Diversity of tactics. Not everybody agrees on how to change the world. And you're not a Nazi, are you? Like, you got to let them do that. Hey, they're not you. You do your thing. They'll do theirs. They'll get the normies in the front of the group. Then one of these guys will crouch down and chuck a bottle at a cop. Then the cops will start moving in. They say, this is an unlawful assembly. You're under arrest. The normies, 20-year-old college women and men, have no idea what's going on. Someone will go up to the front of the line and hit a cop. The cops will then start attacking the entire line. They'll arrest. This is the goal of the left. They've explained this in their direct action meetings. They call them direct action. They'll arrest as many people as possible. Then when these normies are terrified, they've never been arrested before, they find themselves in jail. They're brought to the jail in New York where they cram every one of these tiny cells. They're deeply uncomfortable. They're standing for hours. It's super hot. They're super sweaty. And the leftists then say, don't you see what they do to people? You didn't even do anything wrong and they arrested you. Let's hold hands and sing songs. They try to then love bomb you to make you feel good. They say, who knows a good song? And they'll sing some like 90s rock song that everybody knows. Then everyone's singing and feeling good. They'll say, take my number down and call me. We need your help. That's how they radicalize people. They intentionally get them arrested and then use that experience to radicalize them into joining their group. Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.